What's up guys, welcome back to another video here on muddybeards 4x4. Today we're installing the Barnes 4-wheel drive Pritchett Canyon rear bumper on the back of my Jeep, so stick around. Now the rear bumper on my Jeep has pretty much been not usable for the last year and a half, 2 years. It is bent, it's broken, it's ripping off the frame. I've welded it on in a couple of spots, beating it with a hammer, getting it back into place. It's just really been a big pain in my butt. So if I get stuck and I gotta get pulled backwards, it's a crapshoot if the whole bumper is just gonna fly off. So this was something that I really needed to do. After I upgraded the front bumper, built that with the Barnes 4-wheel drive dual pole winch plate, I really need to focus my attention on the rear of the Jeep and install something that's going to be strong and hold up in case I need to recover somebody or recover myself. You just need to have a good, strong bumper. It's just plain simple, and this one is not cutting it. So let's pull this thing off and I'll show you where the frame part of my Jeep is ripped apart, and we'll probably have to weld that, get it all strong. That's where the frame tie-ins that I got with this bumper are going to come into place. Really going to want to have these. Just really good insurance, because the back of these Jeeps, they're basically just like sheet metal reinforced to hold the bumper on in 4 places and then on the bottom of the frame. So let's pull this thing off and I'll show it to you. Now that I have this bumper off, you can see this part is clearly bent pretty bad, and you can see it's cracked and ripping right here. This is where I cut the welds to get the bumper off. I welded this right before the King of the Hammers trip. That didn't happen for me because this hole right here, the bolt is broken off. It's been that way since I bought it, and I've tried to drill it, I've tried to tap it, and I cannot get this bolt out. Like, no matter what I do, it's stuck in there, and it's permanently in there. So you can see this is bent. This is the inside of the frame, sheet metal, and with the new setup you no longer need this. They don't use these bolts in here. I actually had to drop my fuel tank not all the way out, just down 3 or 4 inches in order to get to the bolts on the backside here. So the new way, it just bolts through here and tying into the frame with those frame tie-ins. And everything is going to be super strong because these bolts here go through that 1/4 inch plate that's attached to the recovery point, which is a 1/2 inch, which is going to go directly through and to the frame here. So it's going to be straight through recovery point all the way to the frame. Not going to need these at all. And the other side is bent on the inside and a little bit bent here. So in order to make this flat, I'm just going to take my hammer and just basically beat it with a sledgehammer to get it flat again, so the new bumper will sit flush against it. Let's take a closer look at the bumper. This thing is made 3/16 steel plate on the top and on the front, fully welded inside and out, and 1 3/4 metal tube. And this plate right here that bolts to the Jeep is 1/4 inch, and this recovery point here is a 1/2 inch steel. Now these frame tie-ins are 3/16 gusseted in the center here. These things are what I'm super excited about, because this is what you need to keep your frame, the sheet metal on the back of your Jeep, from bending like mine did. So let's go ahead and flip this thing around take a look at the other side. So here's the top. We got our cutouts for our body mount. So the top of the bumper have these cool little notches here. And check out these sweet dimple dies all the way down. The base is going to be trusty Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. That's what I like to use on all my stuff. That's what's on the fenders here. And these fenders are super old, and they were put on forever ago, and they held up really well. And then this guy, the Chrysler PR4 Color Match Flame Red. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do black on the tube, on the outside, the tube. Black on everything except for this front piece right here. So here are the bumpers side by side. I know it's really bright. It's pretty crazy. Washington, it's freaking bright and nice for once. But this thing is really awesome, really well built. And this, not so much. You can see the bend here all the way through the whole center section. I know I haven't shown this really since I have it fully painted, but once I get it on and bolted up, we will get some good shots of it. Okay, with that side totally done, just got to repeat the same process on the other side. Some of you might be wondering if you can bolt this on. Yes, absolutely, you can use these two bolt holes. They line up in the frame, and you might be able to see right here. So this is a catch nut I found in my frame. It has two sides to it that line up with these two here. These two right here. So you might have this in your frame, and you might be able to use it to bolt yours into the frame instead of welding it like mine, but this is pretty much garbage, and the other side is bent, and I got it. Yep, okay, here we go. So yep, there it is. So this should line up with the bolt holes here, which it does. So you should have this on the inside of your frame, and you can definitely bolt it to the frame instead of welding it like I did, but since mine are junk, I prefer to weld it anyways. Check it out. This thing looks so good. The paint turned out really good. I'm happy with it. It's going to be super strong. It looks a million times better than the bumper that was on there before, and it's going to be strong, and I can actually use it as a bumper. Now, if you want to get yourself one of these bumpers, go to barnes4wheeldrive.com, or anything else builder related, builder parts, everything on my Jeep suspension wise, Barnes 4-wheel drive, all my brackets, all my control arms, everything under my Jeep, skid plates, Barnes 4-wheel drive. If you guys watch the channel, you already know this. So take advantage of that 10% off coupon. Use muddybeards as a coupon code at checkout, gives you 10% off, or click the link in the description, also gives you automatically 10% off anything at barnes4wheeldrive.com. I am looking forward to this next week. I will be in Moab with Nate, and my buddy Caps, and hopefully I'll get some good pictures of this bumper actually on Pritchett Canyon, the trail. So make sure you follow me on social media at muddybeards 4x4 if you want to check out updates on my trip to Moab. And until next time, guys, we'll see you on the trail.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.